10 abandoned NASA missions you've never heard of. Did you know that NASA once planned spacecraft powered by nuclear bombs? Or tried to redirect asteroids into lunar orbit? What incredible missions were scrapped before even leaving the ground? How close did we come to exploring Jupiter's moons or traveling to another star? Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because the secrets of NASA's forgotten projects are about to blow your mind. Number 10. Project Orion. Imagine a spacecraft that isn't powered by regular fuel, but by nuclear bombs. That was the audacious idea behind Project Orion, developed in the late 1950s and early 1960s. The concept was to detonate a series of nuclear explosions behind a spacecraft to propel it forward using a huge metal plate called a pusher plate to absorb the force. On paper, it was brilliant, a rocket capable of reaching incredible speeds, possibly even beyond our solar system. The problem, of course, was safety and legality. In 1963, the Nuclear Test Ban Treaty was signed, immediately halting the project. The engineers and scientists who had poured their time into designing such an explosive vehicle were left with nothing more than plans and prototypes, and the dream of riding a nuclear-powered spaceship into the stars vanished into history. Number 9. X-20 Dyna-Soar. The X-20 Dyna-Soar is a name that sounds like a giant prehistoric animal, but in reality, it was an ambitious aerospace project. Developed between 1959 and 1963, the plan was to build a reusable spaceplane capable of going into orbit, performing rescue missions, and even carrying weapons if necessary. It was not just a one-time vehicle like earlier rockets. It was designed to take off, land, and fly again, a concept that was revolutionary at the time. Although the X-20 never made it to space, its design and testing became a cornerstone for the development of the Space Shuttle decades later. In many ways, the Dinosaur's influence is hidden in plain sight every time NASA launches a shuttle, proving that even abandoned projects can leave a lasting legacy. Number 8. Constellation Program. After humans last walked on the moon in 1972, NASA wanted to reignite that exploration. The Constellation Program, launched in 2005, aimed to return astronauts to the lunar surface and prepare humanity for trips to Mars. The program included ambitious plans like the Orion crew capsule, the Ares rocket, and the Altair lunar lander. It was described by many as Apollo on steroids, combining the excitement of the past with modern technology. However, by 2009, budget concerns and political shifts led to the program's cancellation. Despite this, the research and development from Constellation laid the foundation for future projects, ensuring that even a canceled program could still shape the future of space travel. Number 7. Mars Telecommunications Orbiter. Exploring Mars isn't just about landing robots on the surface. It's also about staying in touch with them. NASA's Mars Telecommunications Orbiter was designed to improve communication between Earth and Mars using an advanced laser-based system. The goal was to transmit massive amounts of data from orbiters and rovers back home efficiently. Unfortunately, other Mars missions took priority, and the orbiter never left the planning stage. Imagine a powerful telescope capable of speaking across millions of miles, silently waiting for a chance that never came. While it might have revolutionized how humans gather information from the red planet, the project remains a fascinating what-if in the history of NASA's Mars exploration. Number 6. Project Prometheus. Long before Prometheus became a scary alien in a movie, NASA used the name for a daring plan to explore Jupiter's moons. Between 2003 and 2005, the project aimed to develop nuclear-powered spacecraft capable of visiting Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto. The centerpiece was the Jupiter Icy Moons Orbiter, which would have studied these moons in unprecedented detail. However, like many nuclear-powered plans, cost and technical challenges led to its cancellation. Prometheus reminds us that exploration is often limited by human resources as much as by imagination. Even today, the dream of sending a ship powered by nuclear energy into the far reaches of the solar system feels like something straight out of science fiction. Number 5. VentureStar. In the 1990s, NASA and Lockheed Martin tried to build a reusable spacecraft that would take off like a plane and fly into orbit. Named VentureStar or X-33, it promised efficiency through advanced technology like composite fuel tanks and a linear aerospike engine that could perform at all altitudes. A prototype was even built to showcase these innovations, but the challenges proved too great, and failures during testing grounded the project. Despite its demise, the VentureStar represented a vision of affordable, reusable space travel long before the rise of private space companies. It's a reminder that reaching for the stars sometimes means falling short along the way. Number 4. Lunar Trailblazer. In 2025, NASA launched the Lunar Trailblazer to map water on the moon's surface in high definition. The mission held incredible promise, as water is one of the key resources needed for sustained human exploration. Sadly, the spacecraft lost communication just one day after launch, leaving scientists frustrated and thirsty for answers. Even in failure, Trailblazer highlighted the challenges of lunar exploration and the harsh realities of space travel. Each mission like this, successful or not, adds lessons for the next generation of explorers who dream of using the moon as a stepping stone to Mars and beyond. Number 3. Asteroid Redirect Mission. NASA once considered a mission that sounds almost too strange to be true: redirecting an asteroid. The plan involved a robotic spacecraft picking up a boulder from a passing asteroid and moving it into lunar orbit. This would allow scientists to study the asteroid up close and test technologies for future space operations. Despite years of development, skepticism from the space community and technical difficulties led to the mission's cancellation in 2017. While the mission never launched, it demonstrated NASA's willingness to think big and experiment with the impossible, inspiring imaginations along the way. Number 2. Mars Observer. Mars has been both a destination of dreams and frustration for NASA. The Mars Observer, launched in the early 1990s, came heartbreakingly close to success. After nearly a year traveling through space, the spacecraft went silent just 3 days before it was supposed to enter orbit around the red planet. Investigations suggested a rupture in the fuel pressurization tank, but the truth remains uncertain. The story of the Mars Observer is a dramatic reminder that space exploration is as much about patience and resilience as it is about technology. Failures like these shape the agency's approach and push future missions toward better outcomes. Number 1. Project Longshot. Finally, we have one of NASA's most ambitious dreams: Project Longshot. In 1988, NASA and the U.S. Naval Academy designed a probe to travel to Alpha Centauri, the closest star system beyond our own. The probe would have been assembled in orbit and propelled by an inertial confinement fusion drive, supported by a dedicated fission reactor. While the project was technically imaginative, it was far beyond the budget and technology available at the time, and it never left the drawing board. Longshot remains a testament to human curiosity, showing that our desire to explore the cosmos often exceeds our current capabilities, yet it also fuels the vision for the distant future of interstellar travel. Conclusion. These abandoned NASA missions show that even the most brilliant ideas can fail, but they also pave the way for future space exploration. From daring nuclear-powered spacecraft to asteroid-moving plans, these forgotten projects remind us how close humanity came to the extraordinary and how imagination continues to drive us toward the stars.